So in our time at Microsoft, which was now more than 3 years ago already, we had an internal metric in the Microsoft time. It called the OTRRR, which stands for the on-time renewal rate, and it was very important for Microsoft to have an on-time renewal. It even was an internal metric where for our senior leadership there was some bonuses and targets connected to it. But yeah, after a few years, they dropped the metric, and they were not too interested in it anymore from Microsoft Corporation. But that has changed. As from April, they have reintroduced the on-time renewal rate. And it's not only affecting you as a client, but also the Microsoft partner landscape. Tell you a little bit more about it. So we've seen a case where Microsoft was stating, well, we need to come to an agreement before the end of the month of your expiring agreement. Otherwise, we will reduce the current offer with a 3% discount. And at first, to be honest, we assessed it and thought, well, this is just another Microsoft trick and another threat. But we've seen more and more cases actually in other countries as well where this was popping up. So Microsoft introduced this to clients, just basically stating, if you're renewing too late, we'll reduce the discount. Well, to be honest, after the fact, they did not increase it, but again, it emphasized that this is a topic. So this will not only be a topic in your negotiation, also the Microsoft partners are being incentivized on doing on-time renewals again. And this is something that will change in the next months or so. And your partner, your LSP, will probably have a different approach on that. They will probably push you to renew on time. So you should be aware of that. So again, the impact of not renewing on time could be for one client a very big thing, but for another client, there could be actually no impact at all. So you should also be very careful in your approach to that, and be aware that Microsoft and the LSP will both push you now to renew in time. So whatever you do in your negotiation, just be aware of the fact that they will push you for that. And sometimes it could help you, and sometimes it could hurt you in a negotiation. So again, I think also with our help, you would be able to assess very quickly if it will hurt you or it will help you. And again, re-emphasizing the role of the LSPs. It's changing. The LSP used to have some kind of position where they would offer their services as independent, but more and more Microsoft is utilizing the LSPs as their sales channel. And we even seen very many cases. We of course know what's happening in the market, and we see a lot of Microsoft employees moving to channel roles. So where an account manager used to be servicing a client, we see them moving internally to channel roles. There are more and more channel roles popping up, and that's also an indication that Microsoft is investing more and more in their channel sales, the LSPs, to manage them and to have let them do more of the work and reduce on their own staff. So
if you look at the on-time renewal, not scared, but how realistic do you think that companies should take these warnings? Is Microsoft easy to threaten them with it and not pursue it to the fullest extent, or will they do this?
Yeah, so I think it's a new thing. So initially they will not reinforce it. We've had 6 or 7 cases where this was reflected by Microsoft, but they didn't act upon it. So they didn't reduce the discount in the end. But depending on your situation, if you have a lot of cloud services deployed, and Microsoft knows that, like we were describing in the Microsoft E5 case just 5 minutes ago, then it could really hurt you. If they're really reducing the discount and your negotiation position is already not too good, then you should avoid that and perhaps consider to renew in time. But if you are not hurt by that and you have a very good negotiation position, you could obviously ignore it and see what happens. Yeah, so really depending on your case, and we've seen cases where clients were really up to the on-time renewal and not taking the risk, and we've seen clients that were willing to take the risks. Yeah, and generally speaking, clients that take more risk in the negotiations do better commercial deals. So we've seen many cases where it does not reflect the internal policy of the client to do a very tough and an aggressive negotiation. But in the end, clients who choose that path always have better deals in the end. So having said that, I don't think the impact is too high for our clients. I think it's more or less a big thing for Microsoft and the Microsoft LSP.